started your work? All the subjects have been coming to your class, online classes. I think you have started doing your work. Yes, I think now you have to start it seriously. First lesson finished, second lesson finished. Now we are coming to third lesson. All the subjects you are getting three lessons. So try to read them perfectly. Yes. Now today I will take your science class with the lesson bones and muscles. What is the name of the heading of the lesson? Bones and muscles. What are bones? Yes. What are bones? Here you can see in your body there are so many bones. Yes. Your body is made up of bones and muscles. Muscles is a fleshy type. Yeah. Muscle is a fleshy type. That is, and bones are like hard. Bones are hard and muscles are soft. Yes. Now here, write two functions of the skeleton system. Yes. Skeleton system means what? A body, our human body, it is made up of so many bones that is having a posture. It is having a figure like head on the top, legs on the to the down part. So this posture, yeah, with so many bones related to, they are attached to your hands, legs and all. So that is called a skeleton. So what does the skeleton do? Skeleton, yes, it is doing all the works. It is functioning. It is doing works. Yes, you are walking, eating, sitting, sleeping. Yes, these are the functions. Now write one function of the muscular system. He is asking about the muscular system. Now, what is muscular system? When you lift a weight, you are using your muscles. Yes, that is the muscular function of the muscular system. Now, have you wondered why earthworms or insects cannot stand like you? Yes, there are some animals like snake, lizard, earthworm, they can't stand. Yes, because they are not having bones. Yes, they are not made up of bones. Yes, it is because they do not have bones like us. Our body has a framework of 206 bones that are formed the skeleton system. So our body is having how many bones? 206 bones are there in your body. Yes, here they are. Miss, if you ask, you have to search everywhere. Every part of the body is having joints. They are made up of bones. Yes, these 206 bones together framed in a posture is called the skeleton system. It is called a skeleton system. So the bones are of different shapes and size. Your bones are of small shapes. They have different shapes and size. Yes, near the mouth and all they are small in size. In your hand and leg part they are length. In the long size bones are there. So they are different size and shapes in bones. Let us study about the skeleton system, skeleton and the muscular system in this lesson. Yes, the skeleton system. Firstly, he is telling you about the skeleton system. Yes, what is skeleton system? Anybody can tell? Anybody? Yes, in a thin person, if a person is thin, his bones are seen easily. If he is a fat and a stout boy, you can't see bones. Yes, you can see only flesh. Yes, bones. Now, skeleton system performs the following main functions. It gives shape to our body. First one, the functions of the skeleton system is it gives shape to our body. What it is giving? It is giving shape to our body. This skeleton system, these bones are giving shape to our body. Next, it allows movements of various parts of the body. It is also allowing movements. Movements easily. Yes, it is movements easily of the various bodies. Movement. Okay. Next one is it protects the delicate internal parts. Some parts which are very delicate. These bones and the skeleton system is protecting them. Next, bones contain the substance called bone marrow. Inside them, bone marrow produces blood cells. So, in these bones, what they contain? Bone contains bone marrow. Yeah, it is a narrow pipe-like bones. Yes, in that bone there is a bone marrow, which is what is this bone marrow producing? It is producing blood cells. Yeah. So, how many bones are there in our body? There are 206 bones in our body, and the function of our body, it is running through a skeleton system, framework of bones, that is called the skeletal system. That skeletal system, what it is doing, it is giving shape to our body. It is giving shape to our body. It is moving. We can move easily with this skeleton system. Yes, and also there is a bone marrow, which is what it is producing blood cells. Now we'll turn to the next page. Now we are talking about muscles. Yes. Sorry. Now the skeleton system is made up of different parts. Yes. Now you can see here skeleton system. It is made up of different parts. First one is the skull. Skeleton system is made up of one skull. Skull means what? Your head part is called skull. Your head part here. The head part is called the skull. What is this head part? It is called the skull. The skull protects the delicate brain. All the bones of the skull are fixed except the jaw, lower jaw, which are movable. This enables us to speak and chew food. Yes, what is telling here? The brain, the skull, it is protecting the brain inside. There is a delicate brain. Yes, the delicate brain is covered by the skull, and all the bones in the skull are fixed. They are all the bones in our skull. They are fixed. Only the lower jaw. Lower jaw means this below part of your mouth, that is only not attached to the skull. It is movable, flexible. Why? To chew our food and to talk or speak and chew the food. So the what is the function of the skull? Skull is made up. It is protecting the brain, and it is also there are so many bones in this skull. Yes, except the lower jaw, and this is why this is not attached to the skull, because it is easy to move, so to speak and chew food. Next, the rib cage. Now what is rib cage here? Rib cage is the ribs. Yes, you find here in this part, rib cage. There are 12 pairs of teeth. Next one is after the skull. Second one is the rib cage. Cage means what? Cage means, this parrot, it is in a cage. Yes, pinjara you call, or panjara you call in your language. So like that, the ribs are also like that only, our ribs. There are 12 pairs of thin, flat and curved bones called ribs. Here you can, in the rib cage, there are 12 pairs. And the 12 jodis means 12 pairs. How you say a pair of socks means there are two socks. Like that, there are 12 pairs of ribs. They are joined together to make a rib cage. Yes, this rib cage provides protection to our lungs. What are these rib cage doing? They are protecting our lungs. Now next, backbone. Yes, backbone means what? The backside bone, which is it is joined from the head to the leg part. Yes, that is called the backbone. The backbone or the spine, it is also called spine. Backbone is also called the spine. Yes, backbone is also called spine. S-P-I-N-E, spine. It is also called spine. The spine, the backbone or the spine is made up of 33 small bones. It is made up of 33 small bones. Okay, small bones. Here, this rib cage is made up of 12 pairs. It is made up of 12 pairs. Like that, backbone is made up of 33 small bones called the vertebrae. Vertebrae. What are they called? Vertebrae. The form of the column called the vertebral column, which protect our spinal cord. So our spinal cord is protected by this vertebral column. Yes. What is vertebral column? 33 small bones together are called the vertebrae. This vertebrae, how it is protecting our spinal cord? It is covering our spinal cord. Next comes the limbs. Fourth one is the limbs. Limbs means what? Your legs part, that are called the limbs, or we call four limbs, means these hands and legs, they are called together limbs. The limbs, the arms and the legs together are called limbs. Yes, they are made up of many long and small bones. These limbs are made with very long and short bones. The bones of the upper legs is longest bone in the body. The upper and the lower arms join at the elbow. The upper and the lower leg meet at the knee. Yeah, here also you are having this one bone and this one bone together. They are joining here. That part is called the elbow. Yes, here these two are the longer bones which are joining near the elbow in the forelimbs. And here in the back limbs. Back limbs are the legs part. There are also lengthiest bones which are joining near your knee. Knee andre manakalu. Idukka elbow. This is called elbow. Here the leg where there is a joint, that is called the knee. So this is the, I told you about the skull, yes, and about the rib cage, about the backbone, and about the limbs. The hands and legs together, they are called limbs. Now joints, yes. Where are you find joints in your body? Where do you find? Just you locate and tell me, where do you find joints? Yes, we say joint pains. Yes, where are the joints? Yes, here near your hand is having a joint here. Yes, your legs are having joint here. Here you have a joint, like that you have every part there is a joint. So two or more bones meet to form a joint. What is a joint? Here, what is a joint? When you are doing something, yes, you are joining. Suppose if you are drawing a house or something like that, you are joining two lines. Then the meeting point is called, if you are drawing a house like this, yes, here this meeting point are called the joints. Like that in your body there are so many joints. When two bones join together, it is called a joint. The tough elastic tissue holds the bones together. There are some tissues which are holding our bones together. Yes, the tissue is called the ligament. What are the tissues called? The tissues which are holding the bones are called the ligament. Ligament. Got it? Yes. Our body has many joints. The joints that can move are called the movable joints, and while some joints that cannot be moved are called the immovable joints. So in this joints, next part is joints. Yes, in these joints we are having two types. One is movable joint, and another one is the immovable joint. Immovable joint means what? The joint which we cannot move. Yes. And the movable joint is the joint which we can move. Flexibly, our hand or legs we can move easily. Yes. Ball and the socket joints. Yes, ball and the socket joints. In the ball and the socket joints, the surface of one bone is like a ball which fits into the cup-like hollow of the others. This type of joints allow movement in all directions. The joints at the hip and the shoulder are examples of this type of joints. So, ball and the socket. What is a socket? Yes, what is a socket? The hip. Yes, when your hip is here. Yes, this hip point, that bone or that joint is called the socket joint. Yes, you can see in your house there are T-shaped joints are there. The T-shaped joints, you are fixing a socket there. Yes, you are fixing a socket here to join the both bones. That type of joints are called the socket bones. Got it? You know, in your house you have seen the plumber coming and doing some work. Yes, when he has to join three pipes, he is putting a T there. Yes, when he is joining two pipes, he is putting a socket there. That joining two bones is called the socket. Yes, like that. In our body also there are some socket joints. Yes. Yes. Now let us revise the upper part of the lesson. Yes, our body is made up of 206 bones. Yes, and bones give shape and size to our body. Yes, it is a framework of so many bones. With that bones and with the shape of the bones and size of the bones, you are getting a shape of the body. Yes. Now, skeleton system. What we learned about skeleton system? Yes. What did you learn from skeleton system? Yeah, it is giving shape to our body. It allows movement of our body, and it protects the delicate internal parts. It also is protecting the delicate andre ಬಹಳ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬೋನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಸ್ಕೆಲ್ಟನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ದಿ ಬ್ರೈನ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಮ್, ದ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. Yes, bone contains a bone marrow which is producing the blood cells. Yes, this next about skull. Yes, what about skull? Skull is a delicate part. Yes, it is a delicate part. It is and it is the lower, only the lower joint is not joined to that skull. Yes, now next about the rib cage. Rib cage is like a cage which is having 12 pairs of bones joined together. It is protecting the lungs. Now next comes the backbone. Backbone, you call the backbone. It is very delicate. It is also called the spine. Yes, it is spine. This spine is it is made up of 33 small bones. How many bones? 33 small bones. Yes, and they form a column of vertebrae. So the 33 bones, they are called the vertebrae. What are they called? Vertebrates. Vertebrae. Yes. Next, these all form of columns of the vertebrates are called the vertebral column. Next comes the limbs. Hands and legs together are called limbs. There are the upper limbs. There are upper limbs and also the lower limbs. And these lower limbs, upper limbs, there is a joint here called elbow, and the lower limbs, there is a joint called knee. Next comes the joint. What I told you, there are two types of joints. That is the movable joint and immobile joint, and there is a socket joint. As I told you just now, socket, where does the socket come? Yes, when two bones together join, it is called a socket joint. Yes, the surface of one bone is like a ball, yes, and fit into the cup-like hollow of the other. This type of joint allow movement in all directions. Yes, the joint of all the hips and shoulders are examples of this joint. Okay, now children, read this lesson and you mark new words, hard words, and start writing in your lesson, in your fair book, and try to read the lesson perfectly and try to learn small questions. What does the skull do? What does the skeleton system do? Make two points or three points and learn the answers. They are useful. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ವಶನೇ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರಾಗಿಂದು ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. 2 ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಕಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ರಿಬ್ ಕೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋನ್, ಲಿಮ್ಸ್, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಗ್ಗೆ you write 2 sentences in your rough book. Okay, thank you children.